Hi guys, how we doing? Just doing some mucking around, working on that gameplay quality of life collection. Right. So what I've got so far, I should probably look at the chat and make sure everyone can actually hear me. Hey, sorry. You should return back to Vegas. Absolutely. Look at it. Glory. You know what? This game definitely looks a huge amount better with a distant terrain generated. I've never actually done that for New Vegas when I've played in the past. But it actually does make a huge difference, doesn't it? I mean, just the extra little objects in the horizon appearing does actually make this... Because let's be absolutely honest. World building is not the strong suit of Obsidian. Fallout 3 had a much better world than New Vegas. But limitations of the game, the fact that the distant terrain looks so god-awful, definitely did not help. I think that's the other thing. Bethesda themselves are a lot better at creating a world that feels interesting, that makes you want to explore it within the limitations of their own engine. I think Obsidian weren't quite on it because of that. Whereas with better terrain, it's less of an issue. I still prefer Fallout 3's world, hands down. It's not even close. But all of a sudden, they feel a bit more like there's stuff over the horizon there. Rather than, wow, I am in a box of sand. Anyway, that's not what this is about. So, what have I got so far? Right, I've installed a bunch of mods. I've been playing around. Obviously, I started with just mods. I've enabled things like the hit marker and the indicator. I probably would turn these off myself. But this collection isn't supposed to be a Gopher's preference collection. This is supposed to be a starting point for your modding preference. So I'm going to leave them on. Visual objectives, though, I don't like that one. Loot menu is brilliant. Loot menu is just one of those things that Fallout 4 added, and honestly, it was such a good idea, right? It is such a good idea to... Oh, wait. Close menu hotkey? Ah, it's currently X. Let's change that to tab. I actually think I'm going to save this as an ini file. I'm going to have to remember things like this. And what this does is it allows me to just... If I oh, can I not open it? If it's... There we go. If I open this and then press tab, it closes it. And the reason that I do that is because tab opens and closes your Pip-Boy. So closing menus with tab, it's consistent, I think, with other games. So I like that. That's one of the mods I absolutely... I don't know if Stewie's Tweaks got an option for that. It might. But just mods. I've hold breath and bullet time. Weapon wheel. Now, I'm thinking about not having this. And I'll show you why in a second. I would probably never have used this anyway. It's just not really my kind of thing. It feels more like a controller thing. But... Right, and Vanilla Sprint I was thinking of using, but then I tried Enhanced Movement. And honestly, I quite like it. I do quite like it. I've had to change some... Actually, I think I should try and leave this as the defaults. Let's just go Enhanced Movement, Leaning. I'm going to default that again. I'm going to enable it, and then I'm going to save this to the ini. You've always hated the loot menu in Fallout 4. Well, don't worry, if you decide to use this collection, you can, of course, always just go straight to just mods and disable loot menu. But honestly, it's, especially in New Vegas and Fallout 3, the menu system is really annoying. That whole thing of having to exit using the E key is such a weirdness, right? Now, it's better with the other key, but just being able to, especially if you get a container with tons of stuff. No, I love the quick loot aspect of it, to be honest. Alright, so yeah. The enhanced movement, it has sprinting, but I believe it has some, I can't notice it as much, but it has a certain amount of lean or something to the character when you move. I'm not noticing it. But it's a more modern version. It has sprint, but it also has... Who's that? Chasing the Echoes! Thank you for the resub. It also has leaning. I quite like that. Now, the default keys... Leaning left is the same as always run. That is the default key for run, right? I'm pretty sure that is the default key for running. Auto move. I think Q is... I mean, I tried... Reset. No, let's reset. Yeah, no, it is. It's Q. So, that's an odd choice. Although, I think it's the best choice. I feel like I need to give someone the instruction in the collection, by the way, for crying out loud, rebind.
Who do you think is cuter, Dr. Klein or Dr. Boros?
This is a very stripped down version of the Jack save. So... Q&E is standard. Yeah, so I feel like what I should do is leave it as it's standard and put an instruction, for crying out loud, change the auto run key to something less stupid. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't think I can change that via an ini tweak, and even if I can, it's probably not a great idea. Probably should just leave that as an instruction and just say, look, the leaning mechanic uses Q&E, which makes sense, but it also enables. The other thing... Crawling. That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Crawling. So enhanced movement, I like. I think I'm going to use that instead of just sprint. You know? You've got standard crouching or straight down. Prone. I don't know if it makes you harder to hit, but I love the concept of it. I'm going to get a stalker vibe there. Eh? Leaning might be able to be set contextually too. Yeah, I was hoping it might. Enhanced movement, leaning, animation third is right. Does this do it if I'm without pressing the key though? So if I'm like here. No. Yeah. Third person only. Can you lean in third person? I kind of wonder what the point is of that. No. Right. Okay. Stewie's tweaks allows you to just unbind vanilla keys. Right, but auto walk is one of those things that I think a lot of people would like. I mean, it's one of those things that I quite like sometimes. I've just put auto walk now and I can just sort of wander the wastelands like this, and then if something appears, I just tap a key, you know what I mean? So I think auto walk is not actually a completely terrible key. It's kind of like the toggle walk on and off key. Not everyone uses it, but some people do. B42's lean may be the one with contextual options. Yeah, I'm not sure about B42 mods. I'm seeing a lot of conflicting reports. They look bloody brilliant. They look bloody brilliant. But I see a lot of bug reports. And I wonder if... I mean... He manages to do some fairly amazing things. I mean, he's even got one that makes the Pip-Boy wobble when you press the buttons. I adore this. I adore it. But I do worry about putting mods in that are, shall we say, somewhat difficult to keep going, maintain. What I really want to do for this collection is make it bloody solid. Oh, for those of you that have not been to previous streams, this is going to be a gameplay and quality of life collection. But I want it to be specifically upgrading the gameplay without radically changing the difficulty, if you get what I'm saying. So this is not going to be a rebalance collection. This is not going to be a hardcore combat and survival collection. I basically want my initial collections to just enhance the vanilla game. For people who just want to come in, maybe even for the first time, they've heard about Fallout New Vegas, they've been watching the TV show, so they want to give it a go. And I just want to have like a bunch of options that will keep the general vanilla vibe. I'm not adding any content to these initial collections. I probably will do a content collection. I may even do a rebalance collection. Right, and I'll probably call that the gameplay rebalance collection or something like that. But for this, what I want is just stuff that makes the game feel more modern without overwhelmingly changing it. For example, sprint. Sprinting, you can argue, oh, well, it makes the game easier because you can get to cover quicker. True, it does. So that does change the balance a little, but it's not overwhelming. You still get a predominantly vanilla experience. I've added bullet time, which is a little different, but it doesn't, I mean, it certainly doesn't make the game easier than using VATS. VATS is still way more powerful. It gives you an option to use instead of VATS, but it's not even as close to as powerful.
Starting combat. Just kidding.
So, things like that. Having things that indicate where you're being shot from. Again, you can argue, well, that makes it feel a little easier. Oh, I mean, this is sort of the thing I probably myself would turn off, but, you know, where you're getting hit from. Dynamic crosshair, could that be... You get what I'm saying. These things could all arguably be described as making the game either easier or, depending on how you use it, slightly tougher. But it's not an overwhelming change. Yeah? So that's why I'm looking at mods like this. What I'm trying to do is find a mod that adds a grenade hotkey. There's tons of them. A lot of them are old. I tried B42's and I quite liked it, but again, I'm seeing reports from people that it didn't work or it stopped working. I tried one of his mods that injects stim packs and I could not get it working at all. So I think I think those mods are just pushing this engine to its extreme, and while I love them, at least I love the concept of them, even the ones I couldn't get working, I think I'm going to try and stick with something slightly more reliable. Grenade hotkey is weird because of how the game engine works. Yeah! So there are a bunch of options. And the reason I've disabled the wheel in the Just mods, not only is it not the sort of thing I would use, that's this one. This is one where basically you can open the Pip-Boy, you can assign things, you can, you know... Don't even know what that one does. Enable lighting. Oh, turns on lighting on off. Huh. Huh. I feel like this is a controller-specific type of thing, right? So I'm not going to... Obviously, it's there as an option for people who like that sort of thing, but I think I'm going to disable it. And the reason is I might have a slightly better option. So yeah, anyway, so what I've found is something called quick select and quick select throwables, and that looks very new. They look new. I already had this one open. You know, last updated 17th of August. This is good. And I also, I don't know what it is. I was talking to Roy about this. There's something about this feels more PC than Wheels. But there's also a quick throwables mod as well. Now, I've got a bunch of requirements. It needs YUI and YSI for sorting the icons. You forgot, Carlos over on Twitch said, I forgot sprinting wasn't actually a thing in FNV. I think you meant to say, don't think I ever played the game without it even back in the day. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. While I was making these collections, because I wasn't testing out any gameplay ones, I was constantly pressing the button to sprint and oh crap. Like constantly. I am so used to it. So that's what this particular collection's about. Here's what I've got so far. Not a lot, actually, now that I look at it. Oh, I have also added my own advanced recon. That's the one that adds night vision and thermal vision to the vanilla helmets in game. I'm not using the advanced recon gear. I'm not adding the gear that I created. I'm thinking I might do a gear collection and then I will add it to that. But like I said, for this is going to be the last collection in what I would consider my Vanilla Plus experience. And that Vanilla Plus experience will be the Stability Collection, the Remaster Collection, either of the UI overhauls, and the gameplay one. So that'll be 4 collections, and you will then have what I think will be a very vanilla Fallout New Vegas experience, whilst having the game just be way more stable, perform better, and also feel more modern, in spite of it still being vanilla. Am I planning on making a content creation collection? I might. The only problem with that is to really get that, and I would need to playtest that. That could take hundreds and hundreds of hours. Now, it might not be that difficult if it's stuff I've already played. So, for example, I could do all Some Guys mods and Mike Hancho's mods, and I could probably almost certainly make a collection of stuff that I've played. And get that as a collection and get all that working, and also regenerate the LOD for people who are using the remaster collection so that those things show up. Stuff like that. I can almost certainly do something like that. Yeah, old school NV modding had the sprint in Project Nevada. Yeah, I think basically because Project Nevada became almost considered an essential mod very early on in New Vegas, that people just forget that stuff like that was not in the base game. All right, so I'm going to try quick select a Zelda BOTW style quick menu. I have no bloody idea what a Zelda BOTW is. Is it Breath of the Wilds? That was a game, wasn't it? Right. Let's double check the requirements. Got all of those. I'm assuming it's got an MCM. But other than quick grenades, because that's the thing, I'm not totally sure I need the quick item select option for this mod. I just want to be able to quickly select a grenade. But I don't know if it allows me to have a grenade hotkey without using another mod. And I think I might need to use the other mod. Because I like grenade hotkeys, I'm going to be honest with you. I do like grenade hotkeys because, well, having all your grenades on a normal hotkey and having to, you know, going into the menu and setting up. Oh, I like the icons. Oh, I like the icons. I'm wondering whether I might add these icons to both of my user interface mods as well as this. That might be a good idea. So even if people are not going to use the gameplay one, because I think these icons are kind of nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to update both of my UI collections to have these two. That's kind of nice. But what I was saying was, like, the idea that I have to go in and do, like, okay, I'm gonna. How do you set? I've forgotten how you set favorites. I thought you pressed a key. I thought you pressed the number key. How do you? Have they disabled the normal favorites? It's probably disabled the normal favorites, hasn't it? There is no MCM. Huh. In vanilla, you just hold the number down. Yeah, so that has changed. That has changed. This is where you RTFM. I'm a big believer in mods being self-explanatory where possible. Yeah, I do like these. I like these. I very much like these icons. I think that's really good. That I'm definitely adding. Without a shadow of a doubt, I'm adding that to my UI collections. Loving that regardless. All right, so it doesn't require the hotkey one, does it? No, it doesn't. Just wait to see it on its own. Adds quick access menus. Right. Configure the hotkeys. Right. So it doesn't. But wait. Oh no, this one doesn't have a mod configuration menu. Damn it! So you've got to do this via the ini files, which, I mean, it's not end of world, but all right. Weapon menu key, aid menu key. It seems to have got rid of the hotkeys completely, though. Huh. All right, this looks like I'm going to need to do a lot of micromanaging to set up. Let me just disable that and get back in. I just want to make sure I've still got access to the hotkeys, just so that I know which mods are doing what. Don't know what possessed them with the keybinds in Fallout 4, especially all the hard-coded stuff. I can't stand any game that has hard-coded keybinds. I believe that is just an automatic epic fail for your game. Oh yes, I did. I've added. I added GIP's companion command control. I probably want to set that up a little, but I love this mod. For those of you who've never used that, it is absolutely superb. Being able to command different companions, tell them to wait and stay, is absolutely brilliant. I just can't quite remember how to use it. Use the wheel to select. Ah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, it's such a good mod. Step back. Cancel command. And then it was mouse 2 to return. Yep. Such a good mod. Such a good mod. Love that. So I've added that as well. Being able to control your companions. Alright, let me just go back in now and... It's a pulse grenade. Yeah, right. Okay. So you can't do hotkeys with this mod installed. Or was there just something going on?
Minion.
Sorry, reading the chat for a second. You should add VOD-style avatars for Jip. I might look at some. I just want to get the function working soon. I mean, I did think of TG Spy's grenade hotkey, but I had some weird issues with that. Some very, very weird issues with that, to be honest. So, and there's still Vivanto's, the original grenade hotkey. There's all sorts of options. But I would like something that's very modern and well supported. Yeah, no, so it's definitely... So what are the default keys for this then? What are the default keys? I'm just going to start randomly press things. I don't even know what the default keys are for this mod. You've got to set them up yourself. Oh! Ah! Okay, right. Got it. I'm pressing the 1 key and it's showing me all... The 1 key. And it's showing me all of... Right, 2 still changes. Oh my god, look at my wrist. Oh my god, that's awful. Right. So yeah, right. Okay, so basically you can Does it slow down time? It does. It slows down time. So this is not a hotkey mod. Excuse me. Sneezing. And I could change to pulse grenade, but then I have to change back to the hunting shotgun or something. Right. Great. I like this. This is nice, but I'm not totally sure how I feel about it when compared to... Okay, you can also drop these things. Okay, I don't hate this at all. Oh, there is. I'm not. Right, and if I press 3... Stimpaks. Right, so it's replaced the hotkeys. Mix. Okay, and then what about 4? Does 4... Oh. Four opened up. Wait a minute. Wait. Is it just rebound certain... Oh, it's rebound 1 and 3. 1 and 3 have been rebound, but I can still do 5, 6, 7, and 8. So for your most common weapons, you can have those hotkeyed. But you can probably change it then so that it's not 1 and 3, but rather something like Z and C or something like that. Although I think, no, C I'm using for command and control. But anyway, there's or like F, G, things like that. I could probably tweak it because F does that. F changes view. I don't know about you. That's one of the most useless buttons I've ever heard in my life. Seriously, that's... I genuinely do not know. See, as you could do it with the middle mouse button and the scroll wheel. I do not understand why F does that. That's like, hello? That is one of the most convenient keys to tap, and you've got it doing dumb stuff. Right. I might actually use an ini tweak to disable that. The Q? I don't know what I would... See, because that's a useful feature. Auto run. I feel like I don't want to unbind it. I want the user to unbind it. But this, I'm actually almost comfortable unbinding that for them because that's just bloody stupid. I mean, really. So yeah, maybe I could set the F and the G key for those, and then keep the hotkeys on 1, 2. So what is F? Let me just double check. How would I test this? How would I test this without... Right, here we go. Oh no, that doesn't show the number. I'm looking for something that shows the number instead. That one shows... There was one of them I saw just showed the number. I think I've uninstalled it, unfortunately. That's a shame. Does anybody know what the code is for F and say G? Because G, they don't do anything for me. Anyway, I can play around with that off screen. Basically, what I'm going to need to do then is include a quick file here. Yeah, okay, so weapon menu key default 2. Aid menu key default 4. But in actual fact, that's the 1 and 3 keys, believe it or not. Next item. Scroll wheel. Probably. Drop. Yeah, there's a scroll wheel on your mouse. Drop. All of these are actually pretty good. Show melees. Show melee weapons. Default 1. Show guns 1. Show throwables. If you use... Okay. So could I actually just disable it so it only shows throwable items? The only problem is switching back. What I want is something where you get a throwable, it throws it, and then switches back, you see. I do like this. I like this idea. I think this is a cool mod to actually have, but I'm not sure it's going to do the exact thing that I need. Let's install the quick select throwables. Now, I think this one is an optional requirement if I want throwable hotkeys, which I think I probably will. That's basically the whole point of this. But it's almost certainly got to be after. Quick select in. Oh. I have a feeling all this does is change the ini file. I think... Yeah, I think that one is... That's just going to need an ini file, an ini tweak. I'm going to be tweaking the ini file anyway, so I'm not going to need this one. What about the Viva New Vegas mod guide? Yeah, that's a really good guide. Have you tried the Fallout 4 cross-style hotkey layout for New Vegas? That might be great for your controller mode keyboard. I will check that out. That's definitely... I'd put Gypsy C on F. Ooh, yeah, no, that's... I like that idea. That on F, and then the weapon and the stims on Z and C. X is defaulted for bullet time at the moment, but honestly, I don't think X is a good key for bullet time. I would have it on my mouse. Or I might actually have F for bullet time. I don't know. What is the... Is it V? Is it V for VATS? I think it's V for VATS. Now, Viva New Vegas has got a couple of mods it's suggested for gameplay, but I feel like I need to investigate them a lot more. Okay, so... That's not throwables. Okay, so... Is it me or... This seems to be doing the opposite of what I thought it was going to do. So this is more of a quick select than a hotkey. But I did not... Oh. Ah, no, wait. This isn't just an ini file. It isn't. It's actually an ESP. I need to look at this mod closer. What has it done? Quick select already has the capability to yada yada yada. 2 is reserved for disable. 1 access is 3. 4 access. Oh, he's just added 4 as a throwables menu. Right. No, that's... Yes, that is better. See, this is the problem. We're making assumptions by file conflicts. So what he's done is he's actually made the throwables its own menu. That's almost certainly a really good idea. That is almost certainly a good idea. Yeah, no, I like that. So now you've got normal weapons, the drugs, and these. Now, I'm assuming if I rebound those keys, 1, 2, and 4, I'd get them back for hotkeys. Sounds like a left alt kind of menu. Alt in this game is usually, with the mods I'm setting up, it's for hold breath. And that's fairly standard. I don't want to step too far out of standard. Obviously, people can change these bindings till their heart's content. What I'm trying to do is keep this relatively bog standard. Things like the auto run being Q, that is so unstandard that I don't know what to do with that. And F being change view, that is just bloody awful. So I don't mind tweaking those two a little bit. I might actually change the auto run key to something that nobody would, in their wildest dreams, think of using, or that's definitely not used. U, for example. U is not used. Or Y. Yeah, I might just do that. Change it to Y, because we've got wait menu there. Y for auto run. That's probably a sensible thing, and I'll just have to tell people when I do the collection. Oh, if I can do that. Actually, I don't think I can do that. I think Stewie's Tweaks lets me unbind a key. And I would also probably need to figure out how to do that via an ini tweak. I don't know. I'm going to have a think about it. I am going to think about it. Okay, so those two mods are actually not bad at all. So separating them is definitely cool. I am also thinking, is the ini file a little different? I'm guessing it's a little different. Yep. There we go. So this is the one he's added. Right. Okay. Well, this is all very doable. What I'll need to do is sit down and think of which keys to use for which functions and set them up as defaults. Again, the final user can change all of this. I just want to pick things that gel early on a default basis. Does it run the risk of too many items in the quick select menus, though? Or is there a workaround? It does definitely run that risk. So the weapon wheel might be a better option. Or I could probably redefine these keys in such a way that you really, they're out of the way. You don't quick use them. I mean, for example, the weapon select and the aid select, maybe that would be better placing it on something like O and P. Because, God, I have no idea what pressing O just did. O and P don't do anything in the default setup. And they're miles away, so no one's really going to use them for anything, probably. And then just let the user know that's where they are, so that Because usually you're going to be doing things like that, probably not in the heat of battle. Maybe I should leave the weapon wheel enabled. I don't know. Because that's... Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest. Anyway, what was I doing? Bath, backup, and throwable hotkeys. Right. Yeah, so this is another grenade hotkey mod. The mod simply provides 3 hotkeys to equip weapons of your choice, then equip the previous weapons you had when you press them. So this isn't really a grenade hot... Well, it is, but it doesn't change back when you throw. Okay. And the hotkeys are mapped in the config. All right, let's just... I've already got this. I've already downloaded it. Okay, I glanced away. Did that not install? I must have missed it. Right. So all of these mods I'm looking at the moment, they've all got options, but I still like grenade hotkey. That's basically where you just have one set up. So I'll just have to see how well this one works. Which keys were set up then? Mouse button 3, hotkey melee, hotkey mine, and hotkey the mouse wheel click. Yeah, using these mouse buttons is going to mess me up, but yeah. It's only really the grenade. It says melee. Is that throwables? That's probably throwables rather than melee. B42 is your go-to. I've just heard quite a lot of people say B42's mods get a little difficult. Sometimes they bug out. Or they conflict with a lot of things. I know I tried one of them that injects stims and it gives an animation for it, and I could not get that to work. The grenade hotkey one did work. So it's still an option. It is still an option. Alright, what was I doing? Okay, it was... Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to work with my mouse setup. I rebind all the mouse keys to keyboard keys normally because a lot of games don't handle extra mouse buttons, so I'm getting absolutely nothing. That's the middle mouse button and nothing's bloody happening. Yeah. Right. So, let's have a think. OP and I will do 23, 24, and 25. 23, 24, 25. I'm just going to 1000% make sure it deployed as well. B42 quick throw doesn't calculate your perks into the weapon used. Oh, so if you've got like grenade perks, are you saying it doesn't increase the damage? It sounds a little... Really? So basically you don't get any better... Oh, that's not an option. Damn it. It's another NPC that throws the grenade, not the player. That could probably be fixed relatively easy by making sure the NPC has all the same perks as you, but alright. Alright, so. Alright. So nothing's happening. Nope, nothing is bloody well happening. Okay then. So we're off to a good start with this mod. Huh. Yeah. Damn it. Right, I'm going to have to troubleshoot that by the looks of things. This is TG Spies. Quick grenade key. I probably will need to play in. The file name's called QoL grenade hotkey. I don't know if that's deliberate. Sometimes mod authors are a bit odd, you know. Very, very odd group. It's an old one, but honestly, just for basic, I'm not actually saying I won't use these other mods either. I'm going to try and get Bath working. I'm going to try and get it working. But these other mods for selecting items, they could be good, although I feel like having them on, not having them overwrite the current hotkeys would be a good idea. Right. Okay. So, first of all, you can immediately see the icons a little off. And of course, because it's hotkeyed to F, I tell you what, I'm gonna get rid of the defaults here. Give me a second. I want to get rid of where was it? Change view. I'm gonna change that to something stupid. Because that was bloody annoying. Alright, but... So that does work. How do I change... Was it G? Did he say G? Holding the G and using the mouse wheel will scroll them. So I've got to hold the G. Yeah, it doesn't tell you which ones they are, so... Yeah, the icons are a little off, aren't they? Oh, it's right, what this one does is it basically... It swaps to the grenade, you throw the grenade, you press the key again to swap back. Okay, that's not a terrible idea. That's not a terrible idea. The big problem is it doesn't tell you what the individual things are. Frustrating. Okay. Grenade key. When did I get this one from? A lightweight, stable... Okay, this was 2015. Mine mod key. Ah, right. Yeah, this was another one I found. With one key for grenades and one key for mines. That might not be a terrible idea. And I like this scheme. All right, let's try that one. Grenade key DLCs, Gunrunners, Lonesome Road. Right, yeah, no. All of my collections are for people with the full version of the game anyway, so... I mean, I could do fresh install, you pick your own version, but I generally don't want to start risking that. Okay, no conflicts. You remember grenades as always being G. Yeah, I mean, that could be a good option. Okay. So. Switch to it gave me a message that I missed. Grenade key. Grenade key is currently G. Grenade throw key. Wheel. Okay. Hide toggle messages. So currently, I think it's... Yeah. I don't hate that, but... I'd need to kill the change view. Can you even do that? Because, I mean, change view is on there, but... See, just clicking it changes view. Okay. Pressing F... What was it? No, pressing G cycles through them. Oh, have I probably don't have that many grenades. What grenades do I actually... I've got a load of mines. I've got a ton of mines, don't I? I don't. I've got frag grenades and pulse grenades. Yeah, okay. Honestly, though... I mean, I will just change the key for now, because... Yeah, that's... Can we cook the grenades? That's the other thing. Can we cook them? Yes. Okay. This one feels... It does the job, right? It does the job. It does it. It's real basic. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Ah, damn it. Right. I can fix that, though. I can fix that. I'll have to go through the comments, but I can definitely fix that. There is a mine version as well. I do debate how useful the mine hotkey is. Normally when you're setting mines, you've got a lot of time to go into your menu, etc. So, but hey, I could put it and have different keys for it. Should she start to run out of keys eventually? Tell you what, though. Let's have a look at it. But I'm feeling like we've got a good candidate. Definitely need to make a patch with immersive HUD. One HUD. Definitely need to do that. But that I can handle. That I can handle. I also feel like the position of the icon could be tweaked. For DARMs, at least. Okay, so now we got mines. What key? Grenade key, mine key. Z and M. Now, that's not a good choice. G for selecting grenade mine. F was it? Yeah. I think what I would probably do is I'll just put that on N for now. Although that's usually night vision. This is the one reason why I'm a little... Oh, we can reposition the icon. Okay. Does it store it as an ini file? Probably not, though. Alright. Okay, so... See, I do like those icons. I love those icons. They're simple. They fit the game. I don't even actually hate the position. I'll be honest with you. I don't even hate the position. I think I would prefer them a little over. I'll have to check with the vanilla. But I can probably tweak that as well. Alright, let's just try the key then. Okay. Did I... Just give me a second. Mine key. No, I did. I set it to N. Oh. Okay, that is odd. That seems to be different. Ah, it looks like... Okay. Oh, it's remembered. Oh, it is an ini file. It is an ini file. Alright, N and M. Toggles the mine type. And then N. N switches to it. Right, it's... The mine key switches to the mine. It's not a mine hotkey. So, honestly... I think I'd just stick with the grenade. And maybe... have this one for mines. If you're going to just switch to it and have it like that, then... that'll probably do. I mean, like I said, with mines, I think you've got a bit more wiggle room. You don't quite need the fast responses grenades. I like that grenade key. I like that grenade key. That one is very simple. It looks lightweight. I'm going to go through the comments, see if anyone's reported any bugs, etc. But I do like that. So right now, that is probably the best option. Alongside this and trying to get that bath mod working for hotkeys. Here's an odd one. What happens if I use that? Right. Does it oh, it switches back. If you have a grenade selected and use the grenade hotkey with frag grenade, so you can have 2 grenades loaded up. Yeah, no, that's... the mine key less useful, in my opinion. Mostly because it's not a hotkey. It literally is almost like another hotkey. So, I think I'll keep the grenade key, possibly, if I can't get the bath one working. I'll need to try and get that one sorted, because I'm sure I'm probably doing something wrong. But, what others did I look at? Yeah, this one just seems to be very problematic. There was, I don't think I downloaded Vivanto's hotkey one. But that's very, very old, isn't it? It's really ridiculously old. This one is one of the original ones. This is like 2011. So yeah, I think this is just too old. This one's old as well, though. I mean, that is 2015. It's about the same time TG Spy came out with this, but I like the icons. I'm going to be completely honest, loving the icons. Need to check the comments, need to check the bug reports. Someone's asking for OHUD compatibility. Right. Is there a way to fix this? Yep. I need to make a patch. And you asked this in 2019. I'm a little late to the party. Well, this wasn't my mod, so. Okay, then. So, there you go. That's what I'm thinking so far. Those are the mods that I've currently got. I do have a few other things. There was, what was it? In the Viva New Vegas, they had Essential Vanilla Enhancements merged and DLC merged. Lone Star looks like a rebalance mod, so that's definitely not for this. B42 recoil. See this? I mean, kind of coolness, I guess. There's a coolness to it. I tell you what I did like, though. This one I absolutely loved. The dynamic Pit Boy. I should try the recoil one. If VNV are recommending it, I'm guessing it doesn't have any issues. But obviously the grenade mod from B42 is not really an option if it doesn't take into account character perks and skills. That's actually kind of bad. But this, I love this as a concept. I'm hoping this one's stable because I'd love to have this. You see how the thing moves when I move the mouse around? Feel how much more, I don't know, there you feel. Watch where you click the buttons. Do you see how it just bounces slightly? Click things. It's just, I love that. I adore that. And B42 optics. Yeah, that is another one. I haven't checked that one out yet, actually. Do I have that one downloaded? I don't. I've got a wristwatch one he's got. But again, I'm seeing quite a few reports of issues. Like, for example, with like you guys have just made me aware of one with the grenade hotkey one. So that's going to be problematic. You know, if you're not the sort of person who has a high explosive skill or loads of perks for explosives, you probably don't care. But if you're someone who's got a good explosive skill and the game is just not taking that into account for grenades, it kind of makes that skill pointless, doesn't it? Fallout New Vegas has an explosive skill, right? Pretty sure it does. I know it's got loads of perks for it. So, yeah. So I'm going to have to look at a lot of these. The other mods that VNV was suggesting, Essential Vanilla Merged. Now, what this has got is a ton of tweaks that look like they might be pretty good. But some of it almost looks a bit like restored content, and I do wonder how non-vanilla this would get. A lot of it seems to be fixes, so I almost feel like they belong in my other one, but I'm going to need to go through all of these individual mods and make sure they're, you know, the sort of thing I want. Same is true with the essential DLC enhancements merged, so I've got a lot of checking to do. So, yeah. Hey, it's Roy, isn't it? Hi, Roy. So, yeah. But overall, I mean, the B42 Dynamic Pit Boy mod, I don't know if there's issues with it. And it really isn't a gameplay or a quality of life mod either. So if I do include that, I feel like I should include that in the remaster one. Because that just makes the game feel slightly more modern, doesn't it? Without actually having any gameplay or quality of life. B42 Optics was one people suggested. The question is, adds working dual render scopes. Okay. I'll give that a check. I will give that a check. Is it a gameplay or quality of life improvement? I'll find out by just using it. But yeah, so I've got a bunch of other stuff to check out. I just need to check those two big mods that VNV suggested because I don't want this to be a rebalance. collection. I want this collection to make the game feel more modern. Like I say, having things like sprint, leaning around walls, stuff like that, without it changing the core New Vegas experience, as in adding new content, rebalancing combat to be tougher. I think stuff like that deserves its own collection. The mod you were suggesting earlier is Fallout 4 style gamepad hotkeys. Does it? Okay. Does it also allow gamepad thumbstick use? Probably not. I'll check it out, but I think I've actually looked at that one. Trying to get controller and keyboard working at the same time on Fallout New Vegas has been a bit of a total fail, to be honest. Getting it working on Fallout 4, not a problem. I think all you need is buff out 4. But getting it work for Fallout New Vegas, so far I failed absolutely epically. It's just not. Have I looked at Wombats mods? Enhanced movement is one I have been looking at, tested, and decided I am keeping. That one. That's definitely already in it. Does he have other mods that could be interesting? That's a good thought. That looks like an interesting list of mods, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. I'll take a quick look at that. I like the movement one. Yeah, okay. I'll check out those mods. But I think I found my grenade hotkey. It's going to need a 1 HUD patch from me, definitely. And I'm going to need to check Stewie's tweaks to see if I can export the unbinding of keys. If I can export that. Because I'm guessing you can, but you probably have to export it as an ini file in the Stewie's tweaks. But again, I'm not completely sure how he's unbinding keys, whether you pick one and then it applies it via. Yeah, no, I'm going to need to look into that. That might just be something I need to rely on the user to do. I might just need to have some instructions that say, for God's sake, rebind the following keys because they're bloody awful and shouldn't be there. Fallout 4 style gamepad hotkeys. It's an alternative to the BOTW style rolling list. Okay. All right. That's an option. Because I like that BOTW rolling list. I just don't know how useful it will be in Fallout New Vegas. I've generally found in Fallout New Vegas, you end up having 4 or 5 weapons and maybe a couple of a stim pack, maybe a drug. And you don't need much more than the actual 8 hotkeys you've got, usually. If it's anything else, going into the Pit Boy's probably not that big of a deal. But I don't mind having that listing anyway, just have it on keys that are further away. It's the grenade hotkey that I feel is missing. So anyway, it was called Fallout 4 style gamepad. This one. Okay. Is this just for going through your hotkeys? Is this just really just going through your hotkeys? Wouldn't you really need to actually use a gamepad? Overhauls the stock vanilla D-pad hotkeys for gamepad controllers to function. Right, yeah, this is a little too controller specific. I mean, I can have a look at it, but that's... Jack Black. I'm currently installing your stable collection. Is it compatible with GOG version of the game? Yes. And can you recommend your remaster collection for a first playthrough? Yes. My collections, all of these collections that I'm currently creating for the base Fallout New Vegas game, which is all of my collections for Fallout New Vegas at the moment, are designed to give a more or less vanilla experience whilst looking, performing, and feeling a little more modern. So the remaster will make the game look better, but it will not fundamentally change anything in the game. The stability collection will make the game more stable and perform better, will not fundamentally change the game. The UI collection, same thing. It will make the UI a little nicer to use. Looks like I'm going to be updating both of those soon. But it won't fundamentally change the game. And even this gameplay and quality of life collection is going to be adding the sort of gameplay that will make the game feel more modern and have less frustrations. Lots of quality of life stuff, like the grenade hotkey. But not fundamentally change the vanilla experience. I will be making future collections that do overhaul things like combat, survival, and make it tougher, more interesting. But obviously that's usually for second playthroughs. All of my collections at the moment are very first playthrough friendly. If you just want to experience Fallout New Vegas, but have it feel more modern and less frustrating. That's it. It's really up to date, and it does a good job of letting you navigate through your choices without needing to simply hit a number button. For instance, the 9 is a bit far. You can't actually press... 9 isn't a hotkey in New Vegas, is it? I think it's just 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it. I think it's only got 7 hotkeys. But I get what you mean. 8's not exactly close. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to head out. It's Saturday. It's time. Movie night. I'm going to go get some pizza and entertain the family now. I wanted to touch base, show you what I've been working on. Also maybe get some suggestions from you guys. Definitely. And I've got a few more things to look at. I am going to carry on looking at those mods. I forgot what they were called. The ones I installed before Bath. I'm going to carry on trying to get Bath working as well, see how I feel about that. But I got to be honest with you right now, that grenade key one, simple. It looked very lightweight. It didn't seem to inflict itself anywhere. I'm liking it. Gotta be honest, I'm liking it. Check out the animated Pip-Boy light mod. Yeah, that sounds more like a remaster one, but I can give that a check as well. In fact, I'll just search for it now. That definitely feels like a more of a remaster collection than a gameplay one, though. So, no one said hi, I'm devastated. Hi, FK! You're not saying hi to FK, guys. This is terrible. Anyway, thank you. I'll see you guys next time I stream, I guess. Yeah, I probably won't be streaming tomorrow. Bear that in mind. Mexican Grand Prix, it starts at 9 o'clock my time, so it's just right in the middle of normal streaming time. Sorry about that. What was the grenade mod called? The grenade mod I liked in the end, and I haven't written off one called Bath, but it was literally called Grenade Key. It was called Grenade Key, and it's from 2015, so it's quite an old mod. But I tell you what I liked about it. It did exactly what a grenade hotkey needs to do. But it had kind of very nice icons that let me know what I was throwing as well. So I just, overall, I quite liked the simplicity and the look and feel of it. So that's the one. But there's a plenty of other mods I'm still looking at from that perspective, you know, to get the hotkey grenade vibe. I'm just at the moment feeling like some of them are a little too much. Not necessarily too much to include in the collection. I might actually keep some of the mods I've looked at for selecting items. You know, they do seem interesting. And I have a feeling I prefer those to something like the weapon wheel mod, which is still good, but you know what I mean. But I don't think using it for grenade hotkeys is quite the same. So anyway, there you go. Yeah, next I will be streaming on Thursday with Che. We'll be back with Grounded 2. That is the next confirmed stream. Of course, I might stream this again. Who knows? But I got to get out of here now, guys. So thank you very much and good evening.